This is a story about someone who likes to run a few times a week. He also goes through phases of doing regular strength training in his little garage gym, though recently that hasn't been happening. He also tries to maintain a healthy diet. He plans a lot of his weekly meals, but then he gets hungry and raids the cupboard for junk food. I wouldn't say I'm in the worst shape ever. I do pay attention to my health and fitness, but there are levels to these things. There are many levels above where I am now. So, while I'm feeling highly motivated to improve, I thought I'd see if I can reach the next level up. Now, motivation waxes and wanes, and it's usually quite easy to stick to something for a week or two. I'm going to stretch that a little bit and try to do one perfect month. I'll explain the rules for the month shortly, but let's take a look at the starting point and the state I'm currently in. So here's the food plan first of all. I'm going to be avoiding most of the sugary, junky snacks that I tend to have. Just be eating my main meals. Won't be cutting out 100% of the snacks because you've got to be realistic about these things. Over the course of a month, you're going to have, maybe a dessert here and there, maybe a biscuit with a cup of tea now and again. But the vast majority of the time, I'll just be eating the planned meals, and that should take care of the calorie side of things, making sure that I'm eating in a deficit the majority of the time, and hopefully see a change in body composition. Next up is the running plan. This is kind of the central part of the exercise side of things. I'm going to be using my Garmin 945, checking the daily suggested workouts every day, and if it tells me to do a run, I'll do that run. It gives you a kind of wide variety of different runs to do. A lot of them will be the base runs, where it just says run for X number of minutes at this easy pace. So you just stick to that, find a route that's that number of minutes at that pace, nice and simple. Others will involve a warm-up and then a harder run of some type. It might be threshold, sprints, anaerobic. There's quite a few different ones that it can give you, so I'll just do what it says basically throughout the entire month. Another important part of the exercise side of things, generally if you're in a calorie deficit, one way to try to maintain muscle mass so that you're losing more fat than muscle during that period is to make sure you do resistance training. So my preferred method is to do barbell strength training in my little garage gym. So I'll be doing that twice a week, every week without fail, and that will be planned in. Usually it will mean on a day where I just do a base run or a recovery run maybe, I'll tag the gym session on after the end of that run. So when I'm in the gym, I have two separate workouts that I just alternate between. So in this case, I'll be doing each one once a week. One is rows and deadlifts, goes on to do some upper body work. One's more lower body focused and does squats as well as Romanian deadlifts, calves, and some dips as well. So I'll show you on screen what each workout consists of, and then what I'll do is start with relatively light weights that I can handle at the moment with my current level of strength, and I'll just add to each exercise gradually over the course of the month. Morning guys, it's the Sunday towards the end of the first week, so I'm just off out to do a sprint session. Due to be doing 8 lots of 10-second sprints at, I think it's 3 minutes 10 per kilometre pace, which is pretty fast for me. So this will be the 6th run of this first week. I did have one rest day on the Thursday, mostly just base runs in between, which are kind of easy runs. Usually gives me 42 minutes precisely for those, and then I had one kind of faster session where I think I did 9 lots of 40 seconds at a faster pace. I think I was 350 minutes per kilometre. So I'll have two harder sessions this week, and the rest were base runs with one rest day. I've also been lifting weights in the gym a couple of times, and given that I've had a long break from doing that, obviously the DOMS, the soreness for the next couple of days has been noticeable. I'm still feeling a little bit creaky this morning as I head out to try and do this sprint session, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, just done my 4th sprint out of 8. Tells me to rest for 3 minutes between sprints. I'm not sure whether that means just stand still or do a light recovery jog like I'm doing now. I prefer to keep moving and keep warm rather than standing still, getting cold for 3 minutes and then going straight into a hard sprint. Sounds like a recipe for injury. I'll just gently go around the cricket pitch here for 3 minutes and then do the next one. Okay, just the 10-minute cool down as I head back towards home. That's the sprint session done and all the runs for this week. Morning guys, just approaching the end of week 2 now. It's Sunday morning and I'm just going out for the final run of the week. Been following all the suggested runs from Garmin this week, and it's been a bit of an interesting selection this time around. Monday I had a longer run finally, which was 1 hour and 15 minutes, so that was good, made a nice change. And just at base pace, and then I had a base run, the usual 42 minutes on the Tuesday, and Wednesday gave me a recovery run of 33 minutes at a nice slow jogging pace, like 7 minutes 15 per kilometre. I have trouble getting it down to actually run that slowly, it doesn't quite feel natural, but I'm getting there. And then on Thursday an identical recovery run, Friday the same, Saturday the same, and Sunday I've got the same, another 33 minutes at 7 minutes 15 pace. So I don't know why Garmin thinks I need so much recovery at the moment, whether this is the equivalent of a kind of down week and things are about to pick up. I can only wait and see. What I'm doing as it tells me, so I'll be off doing that again today. Done both my gym sessions this week. I managed to make a bit of progress on all the exercises from last week, doing a little bit of extra work or weight on each one. So yeah, it's been a good week exercise wise. So just ticking along at 7:15 pace. Half an hour or so of this, job done. Same route every time at the moment. I found one that fits this amount of time and this pace perfectly, so it's one good thing of having the same run 5 times in a row. Alright guys, it's Wednesday of the 3rd week and I'm just out on a session that Garmin calls anaerobic. So after this warm-up, where I've already run up a big hill with about 80 metres of elevation gain, I then do a minute at 4 minute 15 per kilometre pace, followed by a 3 minute at recovery pace, and then repeat that total of 9 times, and then the cool down as I jog home afterwards. So getting a few more sessions in this week, which is good after quite a lot of recovery sessions last time. So let's see how this one goes. Right, that's the session done. Just got the 10-minute cool down jog home at 6 minute 10 pace, and yeah, I had a decent idea of what 4 minute 15 pace felt like by the end of the session, and yeah, I'd say it went pretty well. Enjoyed that. Morning. Just just got to the end of week 3 of this perfect month challenge, and it's been a pretty good week. All the exercise has gone to plan. I've been checking the watch as usual for the daily run suggestions, and I've had 6 runs this week. Monday was a threshold run, so the main bit of that was 24 minutes at 5:05 pace. Tuesday recovery. Wednesday was another session. That was an anaerobic session, so it was 9 lots of 1 minute at 4:15 pace, with recoveries in between. And after that there was a base run Thursday and Friday. Saturday was a rest day, and I've had another base run this morning to finish the week off. So interested to see what's going to come up next week. I've done both my gym sessions this week, managed to make progress on all the exercises, just adding reps or weight depending how the previous session had gone, so everything's progressing nicely there as well. Diet, pretty good. Probably succumbed to temptation a couple of times more than was ideal. There was some of my daughter's birthday cake kind of sitting on the side needing to be eaten, so I had a couple of slices of that over the first half of the week. And last night my daughter was watching a film, so we had a bit of a treat halfway through the film, just a chocolate cookie and some orange juice, so I didn't go overboard. But yeah, things seem to be still heading in the right direction, and the challenge is going well. Morning guys, just at the end of week 4 now. It's the Sunday morning, and yeah, it's been another successful week. Followed all of the suggested training runs, managed to get 2 gym sessions in, although the last gym session I've got the DOMs from it today. There were plenty of squats in there, and I've got a sprint session to do this morning, so see how that goes. I'll just take you through the runs that I've done this week. Monday was anaerobic, 4 times 40 seconds at 4:05 pace. Then a standard 42-minute base run on Tuesday. Wednesday was a long run. It gives me long runs in the middle of the week and not at the weekends for some reason. 1 hour 22 minutes, that one. And then I saw an increase in the distance, or the time of my base runs. Thursday I did 45 minutes at base, so it's put me up by 3 minutes. I must be improving. Friday was a recovery run. Again, it's put that up by 2 minutes to 35 minutes for a recovery run. Another recovery run on Saturday, same 35 minutes. And today's sprint session is 15 seconds at 3:10 pace, and there's a total of 6 lots of that with recoveries in between. So hopefully that goes well, and that'll be another good week done. As you can see, I've completely transformed. I now bear a remarkable resemblance to Brad Pitt in Fight Club. Can you tell the difference? I can't see any differences. So here we are. The month is complete. Definitely seen some good progress over the month. It's gone at least as well as I could have expected. You'll have seen from the weigh-in that I began the process on the 24th of July with a body weight of 11 stone 5. I'll put the conversions on the screen for those who don't use stones and pounds. And my body fat percentage on these scales that aren't professional showed at 19.8%, so that gives me a guide as to the body fat percentage anyway. And after a month, the morning of 24th of August, I weighed myself again. I was down to 10 stone 8 and a body fat percentage 16.4%. So obviously that's headed in the right direction. Really pleased with that. I've lost a total of 11 pounds, which is about 5 kilograms over the month, and I've obviously built some really good habits over that period of time as well, which is going to make it easier for me to continue making progress from this point on. So what can I conclude from this 1 month experiment that I've done here, following the 1 perfect month protocol? Just having that short period of time in mind gives you an achievable looking goal. We can all stick to a diet for a week, maybe 2, if things are going particularly well on the willpower side. But it takes a bit longer than that to build the good habits, and it's quite daunting to look at a longer period of time and say you're going to diet for 3 months or 6 months or do a year-long transformation, as some people impressively do. But it's so easy to just lose motivation partway through a longer process like that and to fall off the wagon. But 1 month just seemed enough to stretch me without it seeming too daunting. I think it's worked out really well, just that 1 month of sticking to the diet. Not 100% perfect, that was never the plan. You need to allow just enough flexibility so that you keep heading in the right direction without it feeling like it's just too difficult. You don't want to restrict yourself too much, otherwise you're just going to fall off the wagon and go back to your old ways. So 1 month, little bit of leeway for keeping yourself happy and motivated. Family meals, desserts now and again, and an occasional snack if you're just craving something. But just having in mind the fact that you're just aiming to get 1 perfect month, that's a really good way of just saying, hang on, do I really want this snack? I've only got a month to get through. I want it to be a good month, or a perfect month ideally. So that you're keeping that in the back of your mind, reminding yourself of it when there's a challenge in front of you, and you just, that helps you to see it through and not to just fall off the wagon too many times during the process, give yourself too many excuses to treat yourself and not follow the plan. So 1 perfect month, just enough, and it seemed to have worked out perfectly for me. And by the end of it, you've built the habit just by being 99% perfect for that period of time. It's now part of your routine. You've seen that you're able to do it. You can fit it into your lifestyle. You're used to buying the ingredients of the food that you like, that fits the plan, and it just makes it so much easier from that point onwards to stick with those good habits, which is what I'll talk about in the next section. What will I do from this point onwards then? So in terms of future plans, I intend to keep eating pretty much the same stuff that I have been during the perfect month. A little bit of leeway, if I'm feeling extra hungry one day, I'm not going to try and be in a calorie deficit all the time. Just try and stick with those healthy foods and avoid the junk a lot more than I used to. In terms of exercise, I really have got used to following these Garmin running workouts. Every day I'll check my watch first thing in the morning. You don't get to see the workout for the day until midnight's ticked over, so usually when I wake up in the morning I'll have a look on my watch and just see what run we've got lined up for the day, and that gives me something to look forward to later. I can obviously ease off and have extra rest days if I'm feeling beaten, or my legs have from time to time felt a little bit sore, a little bit aching around the ankles and knees, as you'd expect when you're not used to running 6 or 7 days a week, and that's what you've been doing recently. So I'll take extra rest when I need it, just to make sure I don't burn out or end up injured. And I'll keep up the strength training. Obviously, if you're wanting to avoid injury with running, regular strength training is something that all the coaches push. You hear it on all the advice to runners. Make sure you keep up your strength work, do something regularly, and just get the body held together and stronger. Also helps with your performance when running as well, having stronger legs and a core, upper body. It's all going to help you to run better and stronger and stay injury free. So with that, the 1 Perfect Month challenge is done. Thank you so much for joining me, watching along and seeing how I've managed to make progress. I'm so pleased with how it's gone. Couldn't have asked for much more, and as I've said earlier, the habits that I've built are now going to help me to be a stronger, healthier, happier runner from this point onwards. So long may it continue. Thanks so much again for joining me, and I'll speak to you soon.